All right. Good morning. Welcome to Dave's Arcade. Well, late morning. How's everybody doing? Uh, Firepower 2. So, I picked this game up, a few weeks back. And originally it was supposed to be a repair job for a guy. And he ended up basically everybody's got a different story on their game, and um, so this one happened to be he got this and another game, I don't know, basically for free, and they kind of worked. They played him for a little while, him and his family, and things started to not work, and so um, he wanted to basically find out how much it would cost to repair them. And so then you start talking about, the hourly rate that I would charge, and then like how much it would take to go through the whole game. And then he starts thinking about, everybody weighs the pros and cons of how that works. And so, seeing as how he got it, well, maybe he didn't get it for free, but uh, I don't know the full story, but basically it was fairly inexpensive. Anyhow, he looked at, well, what's the value of the game, and then how much does it cost to get the game working. I recently did this exercise with the Grand Prix, if you've been following, kind of going through that, and the owner wanted, similar thing. He didn't want to get above what, sink so much into it that he's above what the thing is worth. So I understand that, but there's two ways to look at that, right? You have your, what do you, are you planning to turn around and sell the thing and try to make some money? Or are you going to keep it in your home and play it and enjoy it, and think of it that way? So, the cost of entertainment. So, and knowing that price of pinball machines typically appreciate over time, so it's really just a matter of, how much do you want to stick into this thing? What it comes down to, and so I'll tell people, like, this is the estimated value as sits today, and this is how much time I think it's going to take to go into it. And for this, the games that he had, he didn't feel it was worth going through and or going forward and paying to have them repaired. And that's going to be the case a lot of times with older games, particularly EMs. And they just need to come to terms with that fact that they're going to put more money into it than what it's worth. Now, as you go up in age, or sorry, not up. If you get to newer games, the value tends to go up higher. Therefore, you have more wiggle room as far as cost to repair versus what it's worth. So then, therefore, it's worthwhile to go through and spend that money, which is why you see folks like High End Pins. They don't tend to do electrical mechanical games or early solid state games because the value's not there. If you're talking, they charge a huge premium to go through and make it look like brand new again. Well, if you're paying that premium, like, they probably want to see, okay, I'm going to stick this amount of money into it. I bought it for this. So they go through the exact same exercise. Anyway, so I ended up buying these games from the guy, and basically I'll go through and repair what needs to be repaired, and then I'll probably turn around and sell them to try to recoup my initial investment and maybe make a few dollars here and there. Granted, it's not going to be as much as if I was charging labor repairing it for it, but you know, that's how it works. Anyway, so the point of the stream is to kind of show you where this game is at. The other one's an EM. It's a Williams. Why can't I think of it? Spanish Eyes. So that was the other game. I'll show you where this one's at. So you fire the game up, and it does power on, but this is typical of Williams games. It'll show some, I don't know if it's that like the version of the ROM or something, and that's basically it. Let me get in a little bit closer here to show you. Okay. So basically you have some displays, you have general illumination on the play field, but that's it. You can't start a game, can't, none of the switches work, but you can get into the service menu, or you should be able to. Well, not quite. Oh, okay. Well, that did the same thing, essentially, because it, like, reset it. So what I was going to show you was, when you turn it on, and you get this, that happens to be the thing that Williams does when your batteries are dead. And the way to trick it is you have to power cycle the game, or as you saw, I just went into the service menu and came back out. So if you power cycle the switch quickly, it will go into a track mode. The trouble with that is you're going to have to add credits every time, so it's not the ideal scenario. The guy could have got the game working in that fashion, but it also tells me that the batteries are dead and likely have leaked. So this was more of I picked the game up. You don't really look it over very quick. He just wanted to get them sold and out the door. So that's exactly what I did. I only looked at it closely when I was kind of getting in here, breaking it down. So I know what I was getting into. But anyway, I'll kind of show everybody watching here. Back glass is actually pretty dang nice. I got one little scratch, but it's very, very minor. Otherwise, it's mint. So let me set this off to the side. Ryan, what's going on, man? So displays are working. They look, pretty dang crisp, which is nice. So looks like all the lights are working. Get into the back box here and let me get you in closer to see what's going on. Okay, so I don't know if you can make it out, but see this here? That's the batteries, and as you can see, they have definitely leaked, and they have leaked down. Hang on. I'll take this off the stand. Okay, so they have definitely leaked. You can see they've been leaked for quite some time. They're kind of like this rusty nastiness, and they leak down on the board. They leak down these transistors here, all the way down to, this is the flipper relay. So that's why the game doesn't boot up and hold its settings because the batteries are dead, but it also affects these components here, which I know looking at schematics that these are special solenoids. At least that's how they specify them, which are controlled by these connectors and these transistors in this section here. So anyhow, I already have a YouTube video out there where I've gone through and repaired these boards using the SolarFire System 7, and it would be practically the exact same thing. So please do check that out. That was where I went through and replaced a bunch of things. So this would be a little bit more involved with, because I did remove the battery pack on that game, but I didn't have any acid damage. So this one, I'm going to have to repair some acid damage, so you can neutralize it with some vinegar, or even stronger yet is Zap toilet bowl cleaner, which will neutralize because it's alkaline. So alkaline is basic, and you use an acid to neutralize basic. Anyway, so I'm probably going to have to cut off those components and replace them with new. So that's what I have to look forward to. Anyhow, so back to it, troubleshooting. Kind of show you what it's doing, what it's not doing, and what you have to do to get it. So I showed you the trick of power cycling it. That gets it back to a track mode. It looks like we have power. Before I even started the stream, I didn't have any solenoids, and it burnt one of the fuses on the power driver board that controls solenoids. So there's something else going on with maybe one of the coils. So I'll show you that. So when you have to trick it like that, you have to add credits every time. So you can add them with the coin switch. So that added a couple credits. You can see on the screen. And I did replace that fuse, so I know I got solenoids back. And I'll fire them out. Let me turn this down so you can. That's all the way down. Anyway, so it does work. Got solenoids, but this bottom one, I've already kind of troubleshot a little bit. This bottom right pop bumper doesn't do anything, and it doesn't register the switch. So I went through, I've looked at the switch. The wires are connected. It doesn't look like anything's mangled. It's gapped properly, so that works. I also had a problem with this saucer switch, so when you fired the ball into it, it wouldn't register anything, so that was really just a switch cleaning and adjustment. It's kind of got a weird delay there, I don't know why. Programming maybe. That's working now. So the only thing that I really have is the pop bumper that doesn't work. And I know from, let me shut this off. I know from working on passports, so that corrosion that I showed you, and I already looked at the wires. The wire on this pop bumper switch is orange with a blue stripe, and you can clearly see on this top right or top left connector is that that's where that switch wire goes, and that battery acid damage that's leaked down is right in this section. So I bet you if I look up what these transistors and this stuff that got acid damage, I'm willing to bet that is what's broken. So requires some board work, but not too bad. I mean, I'll show a little bit close up with the cosmetics of the game. It's not terrible. The cabinet's in pretty dang good shape. The back glass, as I showed earlier, that's in really good shape. The playfield's not fantastic. Let's see here. I just wanted to do a quick stream here and kind of show where I'm starting. But so it's pretty filthy. It's got some wear on the inserts around the key lines around the inserts. That's typical. I think the worst of it is probably up in here by the spinner shot. It's got quite a bit of planking to it. So it'll be a player game. I mean, it'll clean up, but it's not going to be perfect. So I don't know how much work I want to go through and try to make it, super nice. I think this particular game is not a high value game. So no, this game is mine. I bought it from the owner. The one that so Ryan brings up the point of I've been working with David DeLuga in the last Grand Prix project, and so he dropped off a Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So I'll be working on that one for him. But I already had this one partially set up before he dropped that off, and I think I can get through this one fairly quick. It's some board work and cleaning up the playfield, and then it should be ready to go. So anyway, that's sort of the gist of where this one's at. It'll need some new rubber all around. This is all worn out. Clean it up. I probably won't go too crazy with playfield stuff. Yeah, for sure. And then later this week I'm going down to Illinois to pick up another game. So that'll be good. That one you don't know about yet. So anyway, yeah, basically shop this thing out. I'll do a top side. I looked at some of the mechs, and I can open this up quick. Barricade, what's going on? Yeah. I don't know much about Firepower 2. It looks to be about the same. Let me get the camera going up here. Well, so there's a friend kind of turned me on to a listing down in Illinois, and so I'll be going after it this week. So it's sort of a long shot, but he ended up wanting to work with me, so that's good. Anyway, Firepower for 2 versus 1, because I used to have a Firepower 1, and essentially you, instead of having, because you got a lock, on Firepower 1 there's a lock here, this is in the same location, a lock here, and then there would be a lock at the top right, so you hit the spinner shot and you lock up here. Well, this one has, instead of the lock, you go across this ramp and it just kind of dumps out. So it's for a mystery score, used for a mystery score and an extra ball, and you get points. So I don't know. And as far as I can tell, you can basically get multi-ball, a 2-ball multi-ball anytime. So it's instead of a 3-ball multi-ball like the original Firepower, it's 2. So you just shoot that into the lock, and then you can hit the center target to release the ball lock. And then there's this gate here, which I believe is just a switch. So as you shoot the spinner shot, it makes an orbit around, and it just says orbit completed, and it makes a cool noise. And so, yeah, I don't know. Maybe that makes this game simpler, or I don't. It's jury's out. I've never actually played one before, so I feel like you rarely see this game out in the wild. So anyhow, well, yep, I'm out of frame here. I think that's about it. I just wanted to do a quick stream on it, and why is my camera all jacked up here? Just wanted to do a quick stream on it. I want to ease back into pinball for the week. It's going to be kind of crazy digging out of the hole a bit. I was gone last week to Michigan, hence my Mackinac shirt. It was a lot of fun though. Went across the lake on the SS Badger, which I've never done before. It's a car carrier. It's basically a not so glamorous cruise across the lake. It was kind of, I don't know, it was fun. The beer was inexpensive, and they had some movies playing, and they even had a little arcade on the boat, which is cool. But we did the was it Sleeping Bear Dunes, biked around there. It was a big biking, I guess, fairly active trip with biking. So we biked the Bear Dunes on some trails and stuff. Then we went to Traverse City. Stayed at a Great Wolf Lodge there, but it's way different experience when you don't have kids, because you go down the water slides a couple times, and then it's I don't know, more kid oriented. So then we did not a whole lot in Traverse City, but I did discover that I really like cherries, and we happened to be going through Traverse City in that area during cherry harvest time, and so all the farms were just going crazy, shaking trees and getting cherries down, and it was awesome. I think I ate easily at least 2 to 3 quarts of cherries. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah, for sure, Taylor. Quick stream. Yeah, I gotta come over, Ryan. Check out Weird Al. Barricade, you're in Michigan? What part of Michigan are you in? So, anyway, we just lucked out. I didn't even know that it was cherry harvest season. And they only last fresh for a couple weeks, I think. Maybe not even that, once they're picked. But then I didn't realize that once you get past Traverse City, there's no more cherry farms. That's it. That's the area. That's the hot spot. So we went up to, after Traverse City, we went up to like Charlevoix, Petoskey area. I like Petoskey a lot better than Charlevoix, but they're right close to each other, and they have a neat bike path that goes between the two. Went to a chocolate factory in Petoskey. We randomly found that one on the bike path. It's called Kilwins. So that was cool. And then we went further up because we're meeting up with family in the Mackinac area. And so then we stayed in the UP, and we went across to the island for a day, and we biked around, me and my wife biked around the island, which is about 8 miles, and then there's several stops to see certain things around the island, or as you're going around the perimeter. But, I mean, a lot of biking, and so that was fun. So you're in, okay. So you're in Wisconsin near Fox Cities. Okay, but was in Detroit with a friend. Okay, cool. Awesome. So yeah, Mackinac was a lot of fun. I'll definitely go back there again. It was the last time I was there, I was probably 8, ish. And I'm sure we did like a horse, everything. There's no cars on the island if you've never been there before. It's all bike and horse-drawn carriages and stuff. So my parents and sister and kids did a horse carriage tour, and we did the bike path. But when you have to go around by horse or bike or walking, it's a long ways. So and there's a lot to see, which is really cool. Not just fudge shops. It's more than that. But anyway, that was fun hanging out with some family, and then we got to hang out on the beach, and we went to Fort Mackinac or something, Michilimackinac, something. And then we went back to Wisconsin via the UP. We did end up going up to Pictured Rock in something with an M. I forget. But it was like, maybe another couple hours north into the UP. And then coming back down, we kind of just went through Escanaba and we went to Escanaba. I watched. We were kind of dead at that point. We went to the movies, and we watched Thor: Love and Thunder, which is very goofy. I kind of liked it. I would watch it again. Anyway, then back down through Green Bay, and we stopped at the Johnsonville sausage place on the way, and got some brats that I've never seen in the store, which was cool. Then we made our way back here, so lots of fun. I didn't even cover everything that we did, but it was a lot. Mackinac was fun the last time I was there as a kid. Did DDR at the arcade before going over DDR. I'm not sure what that is. There's an arcade somewhere in the Mackinac or something. But anyway, super fun time. Only fought with the wife a couple times, but overall it was really good. So anyway, I wanted to kind of keep it a quick stream, show you where I'm at with this. I don't think I'll fire up the camera to show everything because it takes a while to go through and show that kind of stuff. Maybe I'll check in periodically and talk about some of the stuff that I'm doing. And like I said, it's mainly going to be board repair and cleaning the playfield. So do watch that YouTube video on the solar fire board repair. It's essentially the same stuff. So anyway. Oh, Dance Dance Revolution next to Dairy Queen. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah, we stayed in the, so we didn't stay in Mackinac City. We stayed in, I can't think of it. It's on the UP side. Can't think of it now. But there's ferries on either side. But I feel like the Mackinac side is the more happening side for shopping and stuff. The UP side is not as much, but still good. All right. Well, I think with that, I'm gonna end it. I have some lawn to mow and some other things to catch up on before the week starts, and then I gotta dig out of a hole of all the service-related stuff for American Pinball that I didn't do while I was gone. So, anyway, hopefully Barry was covering for me like he was supposed to, but that didn't happen last time, so we'll see. Anyway, alright, I'll see you guys next time. Tuesday, so I'll be streaming on Buffalo Pinball on Tuesdays now at 7 Central, and it'll probably be Alien because that's what I shoved into that spot. Hopefully we'll get my new translate in by that time, but we'll see. So, all right. Have a good rest of your Sunday. We'll catch you next time.